and welcome to UC Today. My name is Kieran Devlin and today's session is Delivering Outcomes and Experiences with a Full-Stack AV Platform. I'm delighted to be joined by Patrick Heyn, VP of Marketing at Q-SYS. Patrick and I will be unpacking what it means to take a full-stack AV platform approach and why integrating audio, video control and data into a unified cloud-first architecture is changing the game. We explore how businesses can move beyond fragmented systems to drive smarter automation, deeper insights and more adaptable spaces, and how these innovations will be showcased live at InfoComm 2025. Plus, we break down what it takes to get started on the platform journey. Patrick, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Before we explore exactly how IT leaders can deliver outcomes and experiences with a full-stack AV platform, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, Patrick, and your Q-SYS journey?
Sure. I'm the Vice President of Marketing for Product at Q-SYS, and I've been at Q-SYS for 16 years, and I run a lot of different departments: training, product development, product marketing, partner marketing. I run the gamut.
Fantastic. Well, you are a full-stack Q-SYS employee, which positions you nicely to cover the full-stack AV platform. And speaking of, what is a full-stack AV platform exactly, Patrick, and how do the recent solutions launched at the Q-SYS Activate event support the different layers of the platform?
Sure. So at its base, full-stack AV platform is a set of technology-based ethos that we are inviting both the industry, manufacturers, end users to take into consideration the next time they purchase an AV system. And so what I mean is, from an end user perspective, what should an end user expect a system to do today? What should they expect to do tomorrow? How they should expect it to connect to other spaces, deliver holistic experiences, make people more productive while they're in the building, bring people in when they're outside the building, and ultimately protect the investment that gets purchased by that end user. And then we take those expectations, and as a manufacturer, we deliver on a roadmap that is not only just a roadmap, but it is a set of ingredients that we should expect to deliver to that end user so that we can deliver software-based solutions at scale. And so those ingredients are things like the system's ability to take in data from anywhere. This is the idea of a multimodal I/O. It becomes the eyes and the ears of the system and delivers the outcome of that system to the end user. And then they should expect some sort of cognitive cloud that is delivering, at least today, some level of processing and management of the data and the systems that are connected, but also set a foundation for deep level cognitive services and machine learning in the future. So when that technology arrives, that system is ready to deliver that. And then right there at the center, again, like you need to be able to negotiate the bi-directional conversation between all of that raw data that's collected from multimodal and all of that processing that's happening in the cloud. And that takes the form of an intelligent OS, which is a singular operating system that drives integrated audio, video, and control, creates a bi-directional conversation between that stack, and ultimately stands as a means of delivering less subsystems within the total system, fewer points of failure because it's already integrated, and with the ultimate goal of a more holistic experience for that end user. So we introduced this at Activate. This was a launch event that we just had earlier in May, and we basically applied that ethos to every piece of technology that we introduced at Activate. So we took that intelligent OS and we applied it to a brand new set of cores, which include what we're calling the Core 24, which is the predecessor, or pardon me, the successor to our biggest core processor, the Core 110. We're delivering a whole new set of processors that are intended for larger systems, and that's called the X series processors. And then we looked at multimodal I/O and basically gave a complete overhaul to what we're calling Vision Suite, which is our full automation camera presenter and room control system. We're delivering new software to make the configuration easier, and new outcomes that the end user could expect that we can talk about a little bit later. And then lastly, we delivered brand new tools for that cognitive cloud layer. So all of that data is processed in a way that delivers insight and not just a raw data lake for an IT person to sift through. We're now able to show trends that are actionable, and all of this, all of the things that we introduced at Activate are just one reason why we are so humbled and proud to have been recognized by Frost & Sullivan for technology leadership innovation, in large part because we're taking a new look at the traditional hardware-based paradigm, and we're changing the game. And they've recognized that because they understand that the end goal needs to be to deliver these high-performance workplaces, and the only way to get there is via this real-time data. And if you've heard nothing and all you heard was new product, there are lots of ways that now you can go see those things. So for example, in a couple of weeks, we'll be at InfoComm showing all of this to everybody. And then there are other global initiatives that are coming through from our company, road shows that are taking these solutions to the people, and you'll be able to experience these live in person.
Fantastic. And returning to the holistic approach you mentioned earlier on how by really refining the user experience and having it integrated, all of these disparate elements into one cohesive stack. Can you please explore a bit more how this is driving value for users and what kinds of outcomes businesses can achieve with this approach?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to break it down. So a user can mean a lot of things. Could be the IT administrator that is looking for less subsystems to manage. And if they're paying an outside integrator, if it's integrated, if it's already holistically designed to work together, then it's going to be less expensive to integrate, less expensive to service, less expensive to upgrade. For those people that are signing the check, those IT administrators, you're looking at maximizing that long-term value. And so you're wanting that holistic experience from a technology stack viewpoint. It's holistic in that it's delivering that outcome today, but also is set up for future proofing so that they can avoid that rip and replace scenario. And then for the actual person that is experiencing in the room or on the remote end, that technology should just feel invisible. It should just feel like it should wash over them like water. It should not be an impediment. It should not be a source of fear. It should be a conduit for communication with each other, and realistically, it should attract people back into the office and connect these spaces in between the boardrooms and the all-hand spaces. Because a holistic experience means not when you exit that boardroom, because when you exit that boardroom, you're entering spaces like common hallways that could have BGM or signage or these cafeteria areas. So it's the whole kit and caboodle, and you should expect that AV solution should service all of it.
And fundamental to how the solution is being serviced is the benefits of these real-time data that Q-SYS is producing by having such an integrated systems. How is Q-SYS using real-time data to drive smarter AV experiences for these organizations?
Yeah, every AV company is just at its infancy. But we like to think that Q-SYS is being pretty smart about using that data. I'll give you a great example. We are using Vision Suite, which we introduced at Activate, in a way not just to drive the camera. We're not just using vision to drive camera. That is a very siloed look at the way that you could use data. Instead, we're sharing that data with the entire system, and it's able to control the control engine so that when you walk into the room, the lights turn on. When you walk close to a display, the display turns on. That's an example of not siloing the AI that drives that to the camera, but sharing it throughout. And again, like the same can be said about Reflect. Reflect is using data throughout the system, third party and native, by the way, to bring to attention things that are working and things that are not working. And, you know, Q-SYS is able to take in not just data from its native devices, but every piece of device, every device that's connected to Q-SYS can be a source of data for Q-SYS to iterate on and to generate insights from.
And I guess underpinning both the data aspects and also the holistic value is the real-time applications, the tangible outcomes for users. How would you say this holistic approach helps solve the common in-room challenges we often see? I'm talking about active speaker framing, ad hoc room configurations, or simply getting automation right.
Yeah, I'll give you a great example. In Vision Suite, we have a technology called Speaker Spotlight, where it's designed to anticipate the things that you can't anticipate. Like if the room doesn't look like you think it should when you walk in, or if for some reason or another, the room, like the presenter wants to rearrange the room in any configuration that's not pre-planned, Speaker Spotlight is not looking to a preset system that the designer might have conceived of or anticipated. It takes the X, Y, Z coordinates from that microphone, decides where everybody is sitting in the room, and points the camera at them regardless of where they're sitting in the room or where that designer anticipated they were going to sit.
Terrific. And one final question before I let you go, Patrick. What steps can businesses take to proceed with a platform approach? And where would you recommend they start this journey?
Sure. I think the first step is just being honest about what the system is doing and what's not doing, and what kinds of things that as an end user and or an IT administrator, you've just perceived as that's the way that it has to be. That's a limitation of what technology is. That's a form of inflexibility that we're just going to have to accept. Stop accepting those things, for one. And then design the experience from the ground up. Decide what that experience looks like. And then I would suggest try not to look at just singular spaces. Don't look at rooms as rooms. Look at rooms as part of a grander whole, because that's when you can start to deliver these holistic experiences. You can take advantage of scale. That's not to say that you can't dip your toe into these ideas. There's certainly the ideas that we've expressed today, we know as Q-SYS are they're groundbreaking. We're attempting to change the game, but luckily Q-SYS is designed with scalability in mind. So if you wanted to dip your toe and you wanted to say, I'm going to start this journey with Q-SYS and with a platform approach, but I'm going to apply it to one room, and I'm going to expect that if I like what I see, I'm going to be able to not have to throw away what I've done. It will scale. And that is exactly what you can expect with Q-SYS. We invite people to, think as big or as small with Q-SYS as they want, and we'll get their back as they decide to scale and expand what a platform can do for them.
Fantastic. Well, I think that's a very inspiring note on which to end today's call, and it has been a very good session. So thank you, Patrick, for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share on social media, and we'll see you next time. I've been Kieran Devlin, UC Today. Thanks for watching.